Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Clegart Mitchell, and I serve as the lead pastor here at South County Bible Church. I am super excited to have a couple of very, very special guests with me this evening. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
I'm Jordan Mitchell. I'm Pastor Mitchell's second-born son. I'm currently a student at Brooks Bible College, and with that, we're going to be talking about it a little bit more here in a bit, but I'm doing an internship for school here at the church.
Right.
I'm Louisa Singer. I am Jordan's fiance, and I graduated from Cornerstone Bible Institute. It was 3 years ago this May, so I'm
awesome.
excited to be
Hey,
serving
we're
the
excited
church
to have you here. We're excited to have you becoming a part of our family, and I love it. She calls me Dad, and it's really awesome. Well, thank you guys for agreeing to do this.
Absolutely.
So I asked you to do this because we're going through this whole ministry reboot thing here at the church after a year's worth of everything being turned on its head, and we've been for months now prayerfully, thoughtfully trying to process what ministry looks like once we get reopened. Now we're getting closer, and one piece of that ministry is our college and career group. And you said you're doing an internship here. It's been a joy to have you sort of on board, working with Summit Club a little bit in the fall, and now you guys have agreed to take on college and career as a part of our reboot. And so I just want to hear from you guys. Tell us a little bit about your idea, what your thoughts are. What is the CNC group? Tell what do you got for us?
Well, first of all, we just want to express our gratitude and thankfulness for the leaders that we've had in the past that have kind of taken charge for this group and have led the Bible study, and as well as just the kind of the logistics of the group. Phil and Michelle did it for quite a while. They did a phenomenal job. Love them and their family.
Awesome.
After them, Pastor Dan's son Levi took over, and he did a phenomenal job finishing up. We were going through 1st and 2nd Corinthians. It's all been great, and even after that, after he went on his mission trip, the rest of our group kind of just kept the CNC alive, even when a lot of our other ministries at the church weren't. And we've had different people teaching and meeting in different people's homes. It's really been great. And as we approach this ministry, we're going to be kind of stepping back a little bit, re-looking at it, and stepping back up to the plate, and we'll be taking on that role. So we're excited about it.
That's very awesome. So you're as excited about this as well?
I am. Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of young people that are involved. The couples, college students, and that are part of this.
For the most part, our group is made up of it's the college and career. So we have different college students that are going to different schools around St. Louis and at other places. We have young couples. Young married couples, families that are involved in the group. It's kind of a diverse as far as age, but we're all close enough that we can relate to one another.
And like you said,
really
the CNC group actually kept going through 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were able to keep connected and do things together, and so it's pretty good friendships that are being built there. And
absolutely,
and it's really a neat. You mentioned Phil and Michelle Davison who were leading it before, and that was one of the CNC group was one of the very first ministries I was exposed to when I came down 3 or 4 years ago to be the pastor here, and it was in their home, and it was really great. Not to mention the food was top of the world, so it was really awesome, and I just loved the interaction and the time that the young people get to spend together that way. So it's exciting to know that that's kept on going, and I know it's been a really good ministry for a long time. So
absolutely,
awesome.
We've been meeting kind of we meet so that we can study God's word together and fellowship with one another, and we want to be able to encourage one another so that when we go from this gathering of this age group, we can go out into our workplace and back to school, or just in with our daily lives with our families, those who are around us. We want to be able to proclaim Christ and see Him glorified in our actions and in our deeds, whether that's at work or school or in the home. And so it's a really neat group.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. And I would say, from my perspective as the pastor of the church, that it's also neat because I think pretty much everybody in the CNC group is plugged in somewhere serving.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're all involved in different ways, or to some degree, some behind the scenes, but it's a very practical, like you said, taking the gospel not just out into the world, the schools, and all of that, but it also has very practical implications here for the church as well. That's pretty exciting to see.
Absolutely.
Very thankful for that. What do you think about moving forward? What are your thoughts? What are your plans? Reboot wise, what does that mean for CNC?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a little while now, trying to decide when and how we're going to officially reboot. And as of right now, we're planning on the Sunday night of March 14th.
Okay.
The church will not be opened up at that point yet. And so we're going to be meeting in Pastor Mitchell's home for that first week. And it's going to just be, kind of an icebreaker if there's new people that are wanting to join. It's going to be, have food and fellowship. We're not really going to get into the Bible study yet. We'll maybe have an explanation of what that's going to look like. But it's just going to be pretty chill, the first week. And then after that, we'll be meeting every 2 weeks on Sunday nights. And so our second week will be back here, Lord willing, at the church when it's reopened up, meeting out in the narthex.
And that's our grand reopening weekend.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll talk a little about that in a minute. So you're going to be meeting here every other week. The first one, March 14th, will be actually at our house. And then 2 weeks later, the 28th, will be here in the narthex that evening, every other week moving forward from there. So
Right.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. I know you, like some of the other ministries, have used Facebook and things for communication things. We've been moving everything to the Church Center app. Is that part of what you're working on as well? Is that...
Absolutely. We're hoping in the next, few weeks as we get things going in the next month or so, we're going to be moving all of our primary communication from our Facebook group that we currently have over to the app, and so everyone's going to be able to communicate there. There will be announcements, events. We'll be able to post information about the group within the app, as well as, as we're going to be going through our study, some questions that people can be thinking about before we meet. We'll be able to post prayer requests and things like that all within the group. It's going to be our primary hub for communication.
Awesome. That's awesome. So what are you excited about what's moving forward and all this connectedness and whatever too?
Yeah, so a couple of the things I'm the most excited about is, one of my passions is to keep growing in the Lord on my own, and also to encourage other people to grow in their walk with Him. So I'm really excited that Jordan and I will be able to encourage other young people to learn more about the Lord. And another thing is, I'm really excited to be able to cook for people because I love cooking.
That's awesome.
And I just am excited to serve people in that way on the nights that we have college and career. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Wait. Are you talking about caring for one another?
Yeah.
Like ministering to one another? That seems to be a
Absolutely.
reoccurring theme for our Wednesday night chats like this. So that's really awesome. So the fellowship and that, just a little bit of an aside. I'm preaching through the book of Ezra on Sunday mornings, and we're actually going to be getting to chapter 3 this week, and it's going to feature the concept of fellowship in a biblical sense. So that's really cool. It's really neat because God has been doing so many things here at the church to get us through this difficult season, and really to what will be a new season for the church, with the ministry reboot happening at almost every level. Everything has been affected, and now we're getting through all of this. And so, and I will say the whole cooking piece, I'm excited about. That is really cool. So, what is there anything you would say to somebody who is maybe, well, I'm going to college, but I don't know if I have time for this, or I know that they have that, but I don't know if it's really worth me making it on my schedule a priority. Anything you want to say to anybody out there that fits that category right now?
I would say it's definitely worth it because I know a lot of us, I am in school, and, adding things to one's schedule can be very stressful. You have to, think through your priorities of what you're giving your time to. But this is an opportunity when you can kind of step back from all of the studying you're doing or the, time you're devoting to these other things, and enjoy the fellowship of other people your age and be encouraged by hey, there's these other people in my fellowship of believers at church that are going through similar things, and we can bond over stress. And you're going to make
food.
You can make great stress and good food. There's going to be it would be very beneficial for that person to join.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you want to give us a hint as to what you're going to be studying when you get to that point, or you're not ready for that yet?
Absolutely. And I'll say this so that if you guys, those that are in the college and career group, are hearing this, you could go ahead and kind of get a jump start on reading this if you want to. We're going to be going through the book of Hebrews.
That's awesome.
We're going to be doing kind of a verse by verse, paragraph by paragraph study going through the book of Hebrews. I am really excited about it. It's something that both Louisa and I prayed about for a while as we were considering different curriculums and books that we could go through, and this is what we'll be doing.
Yeah. So I remember being kind of in that younger group of college and career age group at a time and telling my pastor, hey, man, I just feel like I don't know the Old Testament very well. And he said, study Hebrews. Because you're gonna get immersed in things of the Old Testament in a New Testament kind of way, and he was right. It was just fantastic. So that's exciting. And you were telling me, we were talking about the Church Center app, and for the group, and you mentioned a moment ago a little bit, but you're planning on some of the worksheets and making the information available by uploading them to the group on the app, right?
Absolutely. There's a tab within the group if you go onto the app that has resources, and I'll be able to go through, and as we go through, week by week, post up some potentially like exegetical questions that they can be thinking through for the upcoming week, or not. I don't want to say assignments. I'm going to avoid that, but be like, hey, if you guys want to go ahead and read through this passage of scripture, this is what we're going to be talking about.
Awesome.
Or hey, this Old Testament passage. It goes with this, and it would do you well to study that before we meet.
Nice.
Just be able to post different resources that people can access outside of when we're meeting.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, because we actually use that resource tab for our executive board and for our elder board and for other things as well. We can put information there, and then the guys can access it at any time from the church center. It's really great, and it is closed. In that it's not just public information.
Right.
It's not just open to everybody. You gotta request to be a part of that, and but once you have access, you have access.
Right.
That is really cool. That is so exciting. I'm so excited you guys are doing this and taking this on. And for me, you came to me months ago and said I need to do an internship for school. And we weren't sure what that was going to look like, especially during COVID and pandemic and social distancing and time away and all these kind of things. So to now be at a place where we're seeing that coming together, and I'm excited about that. And I know I really appreciate the time and attention you guys have already put into praying about this ministry, and love the enthusiasm. Absolutely love the enthusiasm. It gets me excited about it. And so. Thank you for
Absolutely.
taking this on. And
I know we're both very excited about it. And for those who have been a part of CNC in the past, I know I miss them. I miss meeting with them every other week in the time that we've kind of been taking a break. I'm looking forward to fellowshipping with them again and studying with them. And for those who may be considering joining this group, please do. We would love to have you. Would enjoy getting to know you and fellowshipping and studying God's Word together.
Yeah. I remember that night I mentioned earlier when Phil and Michelle had me to their place to introduce me to CNC when I first came as the pastor here, and afterwards Phil came in and he says, "Was this okay?" And I said, "Was it okay? Man, this was awesome. This is absolutely phenomenal." Getting into scripture together, enjoying some food together, and just praying for each other. So this really is what it's all about. It really is. It's not about programming and the structures. It's about the people.
Right.
And so yeah, I in some ways I feel like CNC is just continuing on being a model of the kinds of things that we're hopeful to see more and more of. When it comes to fellowship, interaction, and just the life-on-life ministry stuff. So that is really cool. Thank you guys for being a part of that and for taking off with this, and for you not letting your internship be a school box that you're checking, but really being a passionate thing in service. Right. So you're actually still praying about whether the Lord's calling you to ministry, correct?
Mm-hmm.
and so we can pray for you in that way, and that's really awesome.
Thank you.
So you told us you're going to Brooks. Where are you at Brooks right now?
Well, right now I'm in about 2 years into the 4-year bachelor program. The way they have their schedule set up, I'm a little behind the track. It might take me 4.5, 5 years to get through it, assuming everything goes well, but probably about halfway through.
Yeah, so long as you don't have any major life events that interrupt the flow of things. So you guys are engaged. When's the big day?
May 8th.
May 8th.
Yep.
And where is this incredible event taking place?
It's in my hometown, Sterling, Colorado.
Sterling, Colorado.
Yep, northeastern part of Colorado, not anywhere close to the mountains.
The bright and shining star on the map, nowhere near the mountains. That's really exciting. We're happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Just so excited to see how the Lord's working in both your lives and preparation, not just ministry-wise, but your relationship with one another and all of that's really great. I know Sterling. I know where it's at. I've driven by it enough times, and we actually stayed, Jenny and I did, at a hotel out on the interstate one night traveling to Colorado for something, and I think maybe it was an IFCA convention or something, and we stayed in the hotel, and it was pouring down rain, and yeah, that's really great.
Right.
That's really great. So just a couple of announcements that I need to share by way of reminder. First of all, 1 week from tonight is our rescheduled skating party. It'll be down at the Rock and Roll Arena in Arnold next Wednesday night. There's information, details about it on the Church Center app. The skating party is sponsored by our Children's Ministry Summit Club, so it is a free event. Everybody's invited to come and participate, and as much as you like, or just watch and fellowship. There'll be a concession stand open, and we encourage people to take advantage of that. If you want to get the inline skates that are way faster and more dangerous for old guys, you can do that. It is a $4 upcharge, but regular skates and everything is free. And we'd love to see anybody and everybody that wants to come out for that next Wednesday night. And we've talked a little bit tonight about the fact that the church facility is reopening on Palm Sunday weekend. Of course, we had a lightning strike and fire back in August that damaged the building, and we've really just been in recovery mode from that, along with county guidelines regarding the pandemic and the social distancing and people group bubbles and all the stuff that goes with that. But we are reopening on Palm Sunday weekend, and we are super excited about that. There will be more information coming, and there will be information available on the app. There's some information available there now if you'd like to access that. The one last piece I would just say is I want to say thank you to everyone who continues to support the ministry here, especially over a year when we've had such odd circumstances around being able to meet in person. It is incredible how the Lord has provided through our people and just through the gifts given as an act of worship over the course of the year. We encourage you to continue to do that and take advantage of the opportunity to give through our Church Center app. It really is the safest and easiest way to support the ministry here. And so if you just go to Church Center, either in the App Store or you can look it up online, and it's South County Bible Church, and it's really, really simple to get connected and to give. And if you'd rather not, you can send a gift directly to the church as well. All of it will be go to serve the Lord here, and we're just blown away at the goodness of God through the kindness and generosity of His people. And so we encourage you to continue to do that, and as an act of worship. Guys, thanks so much for doing this with me this evening and participating. It's really been great. I know you are nervous and all of that, but I really appreciate it. And thank you, folks, for watching. Stay safe, stay warm, have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Goodbye.